everybody, Tomcat Cunningham with the Catshack Reports Paintball News down here on location at Wayne's World here in beautiful Ocala, Florida for the great big Rise of Atlantis game. And with me, the man himself, the man that I am very proud to be sitting beside here right now, Mr. Bob Gurnsey, creator of paintball, the founding father, the man. Bob, you're down here today. What do you think so far? Are we having a good day?
Yeah, Tom, excuse me. Yeah, I think we're having a great day down here. It's finally good to meet you. I've been waiting quite a while for that.
It has been a while, hasn't it?
Well, it has, yeah. I think we started talking to each other, what, a couple of years ago?
Yeah, we did our first interview together a couple of years back.
Yeah, you kept trying to get me to go up to Canada, but the only time I ever used to go up there was to race cars all across your country.
All right, well,
and
failing that, I decided I'm going to get on a plane and come down here then.
That's what you told me, and I actually didn't think you were going to come.
Well,
so
I did it.
Here you are.
Next time, believe me.
Tina said, now you really have to show up at Wayne's World. And I said, okay,
all right.
I'll be there.
Now, what do you got there? What do you got right
here?
Yeah,
that's kind of interesting. Sometimes when I go to these things, I love to bring some history along for people to see. This is actually, it's a personal gun of mine. I clipped it off the production line. This is the 4,000th, essentially, about, I can't read the number, but it's 4,000 something. And the reason I did that, I took this one for me. Number one, I really liked the coloring on it. We were just experimenting with the coloring for the first time.
Okay.
And I also wanted to, every now and then I'd grab guns off the line so that the boss could see what they were instead of just taking the word of the test department.
Okay.
And so I got this one off the line. It's a side cocker. They're very rare today. You can't find a lot of them. But this one's a side cocker, and I signed it back in 2011. And I'm signing a lot of the guns now.
Okay.
Not only because I'm 70 years old. You know what that means, don't you?
I thought he was only 60.
Thank you. Bless your heart. I just turned 70. Yeah. And I'm 5 years beyond where I'm supposed to be anyway, according to my doctors.
Okay.
So I figured I'd just start signing some guns and keep some history alive for the next 50 years.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, that's what this is. So it's one of the first SplatMasters. I stopped the auto-cocking part because the only weak point on this whole gun, you could hit this right there with a sledgehammer and it wouldn't dent it. Now you can't do that with any other gun on the market, but this was the weak point.
I don't know, the Tippmans are pretty durable.
Yeah, well, I don't mean that. What I meant was versus metal guns.
Okay.
I don't care who it is. Take a Colt or a Smith & Wesson and belt it with a sledgehammer and see how much your gun's worth now. But oh yeah, it's interesting because the NSG was also the innovator in these plastic guns. We also took them to Germany early on. I wonder where Glock got that idea to make the. I remember they were in my booth in one time in Nuremberg, Germany.
Okay.
So yeah. I remember throwing one against the wall for them, in the cement wall in the back.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to know if it was really durable. And
you put a dent in the wall?
I'll tell you what, it put a dent in the guy's brain because he was looking at it all over the place for a mark, and he couldn't find one, except this. This little slide is not the same plastic, and it had to be made out of a highly lubricious plastic. And as a result of that, this little thing would break off, this tang.
Okay.
So I eliminated it. And people weren't using it a lot anyway.
So this would actually be kind of rare then?
It's kind of what?
This would be kind of rare then?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
They're fairly rare compared to the rest of them. Because we made SplatMaster, this model gun is still, even today, I believe the largest selling single model gun ever in the history of paintball.
Awesome. Here, can I just... We'll show it, put that up in the camera a little bit. Look at that. Isn't that a piece of history right there? That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a few of them also for sale.
All right. And if they wanted to see about getting one for themselves, where would they go?
Well, we have another. We have a couple of versions available. This version is a production gun version.
Okay.
But we also have a really rare collection of there are really 60 of these available. There'll never be any more. They were the last 60 guns ever taken off the molds and the production line of SplatMasters. Those 60 guns are pristine and they're virgin. They've never been fired, they've never been used, they've never been sold, and none of them even have a registered serial number on them. So that proves that they are what they are.
All right.
And I decided...
So if you want a little piece of history for yourself, we'll put the email address right here. Just give this man an email, and maybe you could work something out. Own one of these for your own self. Bob, we're down here at Wayne's World. There's got to be 1,000+ players down here. Their biggest event for the season. Did you ever really see paintball going off like this? Just massive amounts of players appearing at fields like this?
Yeah, to be honest, I did. And actually, there have been games with a lot more players than this.
Yeah.
And I think many things have changed. And I think there are lots of things that this industry could still do today to promote, increase the player rates, bring in new players to the sport. I think some things are missing. To be honest with you, I'm going to say this. I've always been known to be a person who doesn't mince words. I think the industry has missed some big opportunities, but I think they're still out there. And those opportunities are how to go after, how to create new players, and it can be done, even in today's market. And I would love to see that occur.
Same
The
here.
biggest disappointment I've had, however, is the very fact, and people are going to say when they hear this, oh, we tried that, it didn't work. Yeah, well, you know what? A lot of people have tried a lot of things, and they didn't work until others made them work.
Okay.
And the biggest disappointment I've had in the industry is that they work, seemingly, many of them, against each other instead of for each other. This is one of the few sports that, in fact, doesn't have any kind of real, honest-to-God industry association that's working together in concert to create this sport. Even I, when I started, was racing cars. I initially changed it from SplatMaster cars to play paintball team cars. I must say that some of the other guys did see what I was trying to do, and even my competitors participated, like Dennis Tittman, participated in sponsoring those race cars. Now, okay, what happened to that concept? Okay, and everyone said, well, racing cars is no big deal. Well, yeah, actually it was, because what we did in a marketing, we raced those cars in front of crowds anywhere from 25 to 125,000 people. They raced the Toronto Indy. They raced in front of the 1 hour race just before the Grand Prix of Canada was the paintball car. In fact, I had a second place up there once in a paintball car.
How fast could those things go?
Flat out, if we had the right straightaway, I could hit in our car close to 140
Okay,
in
so
Montreal.
what you have here is 140 mile per hour billboard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. But what was really important, how the marketing occurred, is that we would take our guns and our sponsors' guns. I would bring up people, we would set up shooting booths, and we would invite in as many people that were playing paintball in Canada as we could, try to get them tickets, and that was mostly impossible. But we would allow them into the paddock to shoot the guns, and I'm talking about anybody. No, not just the paintball players, but anybody could come up and shoot the guns for free. They didn't have to pay. They didn't just shoot SplatMasters. They shot Tittmans, and they shot PMIs, and they shot Brass Eagle, and they shot all these different guns. And we were generally there for 4 days at these big events. The lines were never less than 15 minutes, and most of the time on the big days they were an hour long. How many players did we bring in? A lot.
Yeah, I would think so.
What do they do today collectively to promote paintball? I don't know. Maybe somebody could tell me, but I don't know.
Not me, I can't tell you because I don't know either.
Well, you know what? We ought to start thinking about that.
Yeah.
An industry association should actually be comprised of component parts. There should be the manufacturers that are going to be represented on the board. There should be players and a player association that also is a sitting member within that association. There should be, for sure, distributors, and this is where there'll be a problem.
I think I got two more things that are of importance to say while
Edit
I've got
that out.
Bob here with me, and that would be number one.
Yeah.
Support the Bob Gurnsey Paintball Scholarship Awards. I think that is a super endeavor, don't you?
Absolutely. You know,
I love it.
I love other people to mention it first, and I thank you for that.
That's why I got on board with this thing. Teams, individuals, everybody. You know what? If we all cohesively got together and every single player in North America anteed up $1, we would be where we need to be.
Well, Jim Lively, who came up with that concept and has worked so hard, including getting Canada to be included legally
Yes.
into the system, has done such a splendid job with it. And I've got to tell you, I'm so proud of what he's done.
Props to Jim
I'm
Lively.
honored and humbled that he asked if I would object to having my name put onto that award, and I was so excited. I jumped almost as high as a heart-shot buck.
It supports the younger generations of paintball, and it also supports education. So there's nothing about it I don't like. Number two, I know you and I both have our haters out there, don't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, one thing I'm going to say, I'm saying it flat out. If it wasn't for this man right here, I wouldn't be sitting here. I wouldn't be doing any of this. I wouldn't be in Florida. I wouldn't have Wayne's World. There wouldn't be all these paintball fields anywhere. There would be no paintball. So, respect. That's it, that's all. It's Tomcat Cunningham with the Catshack Reports Paintball News. Mr. Bob Gurnsey, the creator of paintball.
Thanks so much, Tom.
Peace. So Bob, we're down here at Wayne's World. It's Sunday, the final day of the big weekend-long paintball game. When are you leaving?
Yeah, we're going to leave in a couple of hours. Tom, we've had a lot of fun. A lot of fun with you and all my other friends. And particularly I want to say thanks, tremendous thank you to Wayne and Jackie, who invited us once again to come down. I love being here. And I want to thank Blue Hunt and his group, and I particularly enjoy coming to see all my friends, and of course meeting you has been a big part of it for me, and look forward to maybe seeing you in the next year again and all my other friends.
It's Tomcat Cunningham with the Catshack Reports Paintball News.
The Skeletor.
Tina Golden Girl Russo. Kelly Pistol Brennan.
You're watching the Catshack Reports.
Stay tuned.
Our impulses are being redirected. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles